All right, welcome, fellow adventurers. In today's explainer, we are setting sail into a pretty awesome battle for bounty. It's a pirate-themed card game called Riot. And the best part? You can play it with just a standard Uno deck, which I'm guessing you probably already have lying around the house somewhere. So here's our treasure map for today. We'll start with the basics. Welcome to the Riots. Then we'll check out the cards and know your arsenal. After that, we'll get into the gameplay with rules of confrontation, explore the really unique roles in the pirate code, and finally, figure out how to win in claiming the final bounty. So, first things first, what exactly is RIO? Well, at its heart, it's a super competitive game for 4 players. It's just packed with strategy, alliances that can change in a second, and yeah, a little bit of good old-fashioned pirate betrayal. It's really a battle to climb the ranks, from being the lowly shiprat all the way up to the glorious captain. And your mission? It's actually really simple. You just need to be the very first pirate to rack up a treasure of 11 points. That's it. That's the ultimate bounty you are all fighting for. The great thing is you can start playing almost right away. All you need is 4 people, a single coin, and a standard Uno deck. Just one thing to remember, you're gonna want to pull out the reverse and the skip cards. For this voyage, we only need the numbered cards, 0 through 9, the draw 2s, and of course the wild draw 4s. Every good pirate needs to know their weapons, right? Well, in Riot, your cards are your arsenal. And believe me, understanding their hierarchy of power is absolutely key if you want to win. Each card gets its own cool piratey name. The 0 card, that's the weakest. We call it the wooden leg. The numbers 1 through 9 are your crew, the buccaneers and officers. Then you've got your heavy hitters, the draw 2s. Those are the cannons, and they can beat any number card out there. But there is one card that stands supreme. The wild draw 4 is the Kraken. When you play this card, it is game over for that hand. I mean, it beats everything, clears the whole table instantly, and lets you start the next attack. It is the ultimate power move. All right, so you know your cards. Now let's get into the action. The core of the game is called the climb, and it's all about outranking your opponents turn after turn. The climb is built on 3 really simple rules. First, you have to match the quantity of cards played by the person before you. So if they played a pair, you gotta play a pair. Second, you have to exceed the value. Your pair has to be higher than theirs. And if you can't do either of those things, or maybe you just don't want to, you just say pass. Let's run through a quick example to make this crystal clear. Imagine the first player leads the attack by throwing down a pair of 6s. Okay, the challenge is now set for the next pirate. So what can they do? Remember the rules. They've got to match the quantity, so a pair, and exceed the value of $6. Think about that card hierarchy we just looked at. What are their options? Exactly. They could play a pair of 7s or 8s or 9s, or they could bring out the big guns and play a pair of cannons, those +2 cards, which remember, beat any number. If they can't do any of that, they're forced to pass their turn. So how does a hand end? Well, it's won when one player makes a play that nobody else can beat or is willing to beat, which causes everyone else to pass one after another. That player gets to sweep up the cards and has the honor of starting the very next hand. Now, this game isn't just about winning individual hands. The real strategy, the part that makes this game awesome, unfolds after a full round is over and everybody's out of cards. This is where the pirate code comes in, and it sets up a very clear and very unequal hierarchy. So, based on the order that you get rid of your cards, you get a title for the next round. The first player to go out becomes the captain, second place is the admiral, third is the gunner, and last place? Well, you become the lowly rat. And trust me, this isn't just for show. These titles come with some serious power and penalties. Now, before the next round kicks off, the rat gets one tiny chance to improve their miserable fate. It's called the rat's bet. They call heads or tails, and a coin gets flipped 2 times. If they manage to guess both flips correctly, their penalty is actually reduced. If not, well, they face the full wrath of the pirate code. And this is the moment we call the loot ritual. If the rat loses that bet, they have to give their 2 best cards to the captain, who then gives back 2 totally useless junk cards. If the rat wins the bet, they only have to give up 1 best card. Meanwhile, the gunner always has to give their best card to the admiral in exchange for some junk. Yeah, it's tough at the bottom. As if giving away your best cards wasn't bad enough, the rat also has chores. They have to shuffle and deal all the cards, and they have to clean up the cards from the table after every single hand. And listen up, because this is a critical rule. You never, ever help the rat. If you so much as touch a card to help them clean up, you automatically become the rat for the next round. Doesn't matter what your score is. Okay, now that you get the politics and the power plays of the pirate code, let's talk about the endgame. How do you actually claim that final bounty and win the whole thing? It all comes down to the points you get at the end of each full round. The captain gets a handsome reward, plus 2 points. The admiral gets a respectable 1 point. The gunner breaks even with 0. And the rat? Ouch. They lose 2 points, just digging themselves into an even deeper hole. The game keeps going, round after round, with players fighting tooth and nail to climb out of that dreaded rat position and seize the captain's chair. The battle just rages on until one pirate finally amasses a total score of 11 points. That player is declared the winner, the ultimate pirate champion. So, there you have it, the rules of confrontation, the pirate code, and the path to victory in Riot. It's a game of sharp wits, perfectly timed betrayals, and yeah, a little bit of luck. The only question left is, do you have what it takes to become captain? Go grab a deck, gather your crew, and find out.